Hey guys, I'm Layla. Welcome to Raid Lore Stories. Today's lore story is going to be Nekret the Great. Now, also keep in mind, I rarely ever read these stories before I share them with you guys, so a lot of times they're new for me. And he's one I definitely haven't read yet, so I hope you enjoy this lore story. Of all the undead, few bear a reputation for martial excellence or battlefield ruthlessness quite like Nekret the Great. He is known by a host of titles: the Deathless Eagle, the Falcon of Eternity, the King of Bone and Iron, and many other besides. He has ruled a fiefdom within the barren Kraken Desert for centuries. Down the ages, he has had many challengers, from barbaric human chieftains and tribal nomads to righteous paladins of the Church of Lumea, not to mention rivals in undeath. He has defeated them all. All lie crushed, their bones ground to powder, or resurrected to serve Nekret for eternity. In life, Nekret was a warrior king, a deadlander of the Akar people, and a founder of a great war tribe that went on to establish a kingdom in the Kraken Desert. According to Peltas, many legends, he single-handedly fought a great and terrible sandworm, battling on to slay it even after it had ripped apart part of his jaw. The wound proved fatal, but such was Nekret's determination that he swore even death could not end his reign. A year to the day after his passing, he broke free from his sarcophagus, slew the usurper who had taken his place, and declared himself the eternal overlord of Krokan. Whether this was because his relentless determination bested death itself, or whether the ground where he first perished fighting the sandworm was cursed, and transmuted itself into his bones, none can say. Be it in generalship and grand strategy, single combat and a whirling melee, or clashing against a monstrosity or beastly foe, Nekret delights in all forms of warfare. Rarely does an enemy best him, and even then, their victory is fleeting, for Nekret always returns. He is relentless in seeking to settle old scores, and will hunt rivals and heroes across Peltas and beyond, before accepting that any are his superior. In battle, Nekret fights in a panoply benefiting an immortal warrior king. Upon his broken skull sits the carrion helm, the raggedy crimson feathers of its crest bleeding dark energies that disturb the dead wherever he walks. Strapped across one arm is the shield of the Mortis Eagle, once part of the lid of his sarcophagus and, to the nomads of the Krokan, a potent omen of the inevitability of death. Nekret's unyielding gauntlet is eternally clenched around the tomb glaive, a mighty weapon so potent with necromantic magics that as soon as a mortal falls to its bitter blight, their corpse is resurrected again in Nekret's service. With such arms and armor already augmenting his fearsome abilities, this great champion of undeath is all but unstoppable on the field of battle. Nekret is bold and boastful, and despises weaknesses above all things. He views mortals as inherently inferior to the undead, though he sees as having mastered death, and never hesitates to dispatch a foe, whether he seems the challenge they have offered up as worthy or not. Other corrupted he only truly respects if they have shown martial worth of their own, and he expects all fellow undead to be subservient to him, should they wish to fight by his side. It is believed that Nekret holds particular contempt for Siroth, whose overweening control is anathema to such a proud king. This dislike extends to Siroth's vampiric spawn. As far as Nekret is concerned, vampires are little more than parasitic vermin masquerading as true undead. It's an unusual battle indeed, where he accepts being on the same side as a vampire, whether mighty and ancient or just freshly turned. Nekret's ultimate goals are known only to him. Some believe he seeks to expand his grip beyond the Kraken Dunes and size either the legendary arena city of Valazar or the corrupted settlement of Areth, both of which he claims fall within his realm. This would certainly be a step on the road to claiming the whole of Peltas, and maybe even beyond. Others are convinced Nekret the Great simply seeks a worthy challenge in his continual quest to become the ultimate warrior. Whatever his true goal, Nekret can be confident of one thing: he has eternity with which to achieve it. Wow, quite the story for Nekret the Great. I have to say, I really like it. I love how they basically made him like this warrior king in life and in undeath, I guess you could say. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the lore story for Nekret the Great, and thanks so much for watching.